All right, y'all. What's good? Let's talk about it. Week 7 thoughts on the NFL 2023. This is right before tomorrow's game for Thursday Night Football. But let's get through week 7. That's how I feel about the Rams. That's how I feel about the Commanders. That's how I feel about the Bills. Just a couple of teams that lost games that they shouldn't have lost. And also the Buccaneers for losing. All those teams stink. The Jaguars, I don't trust them. But they did beat the Saints. They won the game. They won by a touchdown. But nevertheless, they did win the game. They should have won by at least 2 touchdowns. But that offense was messing up. And the defense did let the Saints offense attempt a comeback. So it goes both ways. But the Jaguars find a way to win. I think they're 5-2 now. So they're about to get on a little bit of a winning streak. So I have to give them credit where credit's due. I just don't feel strong about them because of how they played in the ways that they're winning. They're winning, but I haven't really seen a dominant win yet that would make me think maybe they have a chance to make it to the AFC Championship game this year. Shout out to the Ravens. They took care of business. Most impressive. No, it was the most dominant win of the week against the Lions. They obliterated the Lions. Lamar Jackson looked like the MVP that I predicted that he's going to be. So it seems that the Ravens are finally starting to catch some steam. Lions are going to be good. This was going to happen. Look, I was wrong. I thought the Lions were going to beat the Ravens. But I'm not mad at this at all. The Ravens took this personal, and they were at home, and they took care of business. So I'm not tripping on the Lions losing this game. It is what it is. You can't play 17 games and not have a stinker. So this was the stinker. Shout out to the Eagles for beating the Dolphins. Now, I know some people are trying to, dissect the Dolphins because they've lost 2 games this year to teams that are clearly good, if not Super Bowl contenders. And all the other games they won have been against teams that are just not good. Obviously, the Bills, well, they're inconsistent as hell, but they get up for the Dolphins apparently. And the Eagles, obviously, they went to the Super Bowl last year. So, look, both of their losses have been away. So I'm going to say this. I still think the Dolphins are a good team, but I do want to see them win against a good team at home. What these 2 games have told me is that the Dolphins are not at home during the playoffs, they're going to lose. Because all the teams are going to be good in the playoffs. They're not going to face no whack team in the playoffs. Especially if they're a wild card team, that means that they will be the away team by default. So that's what I'm curious to see from the Dolphins. As well as they've played offensively against bad teams, I want to see them duplicate that performance against a very good team, a playoff contending team, a Super Bowl contending team. But the Eagles, shout out to them. They got the brotherly shove. I hope they bring that to the next Madden game, Madden 24. It's an unstoppable play. That play, man, it kind of reminds me of the high school days when you would go against the wing T. If you play high school football, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, so shout out to them. The Rams, y'all pissed me off. Y'all went against the Steelers and stunk it up at home. I don't care that they lost by a touchdown. And I'm not blaming the refs. They had several chances to win against the Steelers, and they lost the opportunity because, number one, the offensive line did not hold well enough. They did run the ball very well. Coach McVay be driving me nuts, man. I love McVay, but he really drives me nuts. And the reason why he drives me nuts is because he does not open up his formations. He does not spread his formations. He needs to use Kevin O'Connell's playbook and just rip it off completely. Kevin O'Connell, whose team, the Vikings, had the surprising win of the week, the most impressive win of the week, winning a primetime game on Monday night against the 49ers. Kirk Cousins, he might have just broke the curse, the primetime curse. He might have just broke it because we haven't seen him do this in how long? So, and they did this without Justin Jefferson. Shout out to my dog, Jordan Addison. Fight on Trojans. I wish he was with the Trojans right now as they're stinking it up. But nevertheless, Vikings took care of business against the 49ers. The 49ers going to lose again this week against the Bengals. And I think Brock Purdy is out because of his concussion. So that means Sam Darnold will be inserted, which means the Bengals are going to win at the 49ers this upcoming Sunday. You dig? Now, what other teams do I need to bash? Oh, let me get back to Kevin O'Connell. Kevin O'Connell spreads out his formations. That's what Coach McVay deserves. He deserves a burp, a big old burp for that terrible. He's just so stubborn. It's like, dude, just spread out the formations and you'll be fine. He always wants to do these tight formations or bunch. Get out of that. Now he's running out of pistol. Never did that with Todd Gurley. When Sean McVay first came in, he used to legit spread out the formations. I don't know what the heck has got into him, but he needs to stop doing that. That's what Kevin O'Connell does. See, if the Rams spread out their formations, they would beat the Steelers and they would beat the 49ers, in my opinion. I know the 49ers own them, but I'm serious. Opening up the formation, it keeps the defense honest. So, like, when he be in shotgun, he barely runs the ball. And if he does run the ball, it's a halfback delay. It's like, oh, go figure. You're not going to get a first down for that. So, he needs to spread open the formations. He really does. But, yeah, Kevin O'Connell did that. And that's why I think the Vikings were able to cause so much havoc to the 49ers defense. And Brock Purdy, I still think he's a good quarterback, but he's clearly not elite. And clearly, he needs a super team in order to win. So, take that for what you will. He does need a super team in order to win. So, oh well. Let's see. I don't know how the Falcons keep winning. They're 4-3 at this point. I really don't understand. Like, their quarterback is mediocre as hell. I get it. They got some offensive pieces, but I gotta give credit so far to the Falcons head coach. It's Arthur Smith, Coach Smith. I gotta give him kudos right now. I mean, they're 4-3. They just beat the Buccaneers. I don't know what's going on. The Buccaneers are regressing, so they stink now. I think they're gonna lose their next game. I forgot who it's against, but they stink now. So shout out to the Falcons as of right now. There was another team I was gonna talk about real quick too. I literally just blanked out on them. Damn, that's crazy. I was going to talk about another team, they blanked out. The Commanders, you stink. You got the Giants beat you with a backup quarterback. Shout out to Tyrod Taylor, first black quarterback for the Giants to get a win with that team. But nevertheless, Commanders, you stink. You need to tank and go get Caleb Williams since he's from Washington. Do that. Do your fan base justice and tank. Stop teasing them. Making them think, oh, y'all fine gonna go above the threshold. You're not. Go get Caleb Williams. Go get a new coach, offensive head coach, and go get Caleb Williams. I can't believe the Bears, of all people, what a backup rookie quarterback beat the hell out of the Raiders. I didn't even know Jimmy Garoppolo was out. This dude is always injured every single game. Like, he plays half of the game and another half he's injured. I just can't rely on him. Screw you, Packers. You lost to the Broncos. I thought y'all was going to win. Y'all need to tank too and just go get Drake May. There was someone else I was going to go in on. Shout out to the Browns. They won against the Colts barely, but they did win. And that was a really good game. Really good back and forth game. Screw you, Deshaun Watson. I'm tired of you at this point already. Y'all almost 8 games in, and you've only had one good game, and the other games you've been injured. You're going to be injured again. You got a concussion, which I hope you recover from that. But you've been terrible. I don't care about that massage stuff. I'm talking about football. You have been a terrible quarterback for all that money they paid you. 5 years guarantee, and you're stinking up the joint. You need to get jumped by the Browns defense for stinking it up and not being accountable and being reliable for the team. You're stinking it up. He had a pick or something before he got injured. Oh, like 2 picks, man. Get him out of here. Inconsistency Brotherhood Club. Overrated. Screw you, Bills, for losing to the Patriots as well. I can't stand y'all. I'm going to just cut off as that, man. Y'all, let me know your thoughts about Week 7. What are your thoughts entering Week 8? What was the most impressive game, most dominating game, most underrated game? What's your favorite game of the week? Let me know down below. Salute.